Hello again, everybody. This is Glenn with Best Price Nutrition, and I've got Bruce here from Garden of Life. Today we're going to go over a new product that they have. We actually don't have the bottle, but I have another product that will stand for it. It's the Garden of Life Raw Fit Protein, I guess. Is that the name of it?
Raw Fit? It's called Raw Fit.
Okay, Raw Fit. So you know already they have the raw protein. It's their vegetarian or organic vegetarian protein, I guess you would call it, or a vegetable-based protein. They also have the raw meal, but we're going to focus on protein because the Raw Fit is sort of the juiced up or spruced up protein with some added weight loss ingredients. So I guess, yeah, let's just kind of go over what Raw Fit is.
Right, so first off, the protein, as he just said, it's a plant protein. It's made from sprouts. So when we talk about, being free of milk or free of soy or free of gluten, it's raw and vegan and gluten-free. So first off, we cover that base. What this one's all about is being a higher protein, kind of a meal replacer. We do add more nutrients to this to make it a meal replacer, but also we use a ton of green coffee bean, a ton of ashwagandha, a whole bunch of chromium, a bunch of cinnamon, and some special enzymes. So we can talk about a little bit about those ingredients. These are pretty specialized things, starting with green coffee bean. I mean, you guys here at Best Price Nutrition, you guys know a lot about this one already.
Yeah, Dr. Oz created the big green coffee bean craze, and it's sort of all the rage in it right now. But it is one of those ingredients that we could say that Dr. Oz has talked about that has some science behind it, and it does work. Along with the diet and exercise program, we like to throw that out there. But it is an ingredient that does have some merit. Definitely.
That's right. Yeah, the Great Wizard's done a good job, really talking it up. But I think he's right. I mean, there is some really good effects. I mean, it really does work. It helps your liver burn fat instead of burning sugar all the time. So it helps you access adipocytes for fuel, fat cells for fuel, instead of just always burning glycogen, which most Americans are pretty much sugar burners exclusively. So green coffee bean is one of the big formulas and one of the big additions to the formula. And it is the clinically studied amount, of course. And then we use ashwagandha, a special raw extract of ashwagandha. This one has no steam or ethanol, and ashwagandha lowers cortisol. There is some really good research on this for weight loss. It helps with sugar cravings. People wake up in the morning feeling more alert and awake. Their circadian rhythms are better. I mean, it's really one of the best adrenal herbs, so it's good for cravings.
Is it considered an adaptogenic herb?
That's exactly right. Yep, it's an adaptogen. So, and then finally, the chromium and the cinnamon. Well known for blood sugar regulation. This is a great one for anybody who's struggling with maybe unregulated blood sugar swings. It's great for, which ties right into weight loss. So anybody looking for weight loss, this is why we call it Raw Fit. And then finally, it's a high protein, kind of replacing some meals with something that people digest really well. There's a bunch of probiotics and enzymes. In fact, there's a new enzyme in here called prohydrolase. And it has some clinical studies, and prohydrolase really increases your ability to absorb protein. It helps cleave those big protein strands into little di and tripeptides to get them into the bloodstream. So it's got some human clinical data associated with it. It's the first time we've ever used it, but we are really impressed with the science. And so I think Raw Fit will be among the best plant-based proteins for people looking for weight loss, looking for blood sugar regulation, looking for something clean that's maybe if they have sensitivities to dairy or anything like that. It's an amazing formula.
Yeah, and for a lot of people who maybe haven't tried a raw, and I probably should have said a plant-based protein. I always say vegetable or vegan, but for anybody who's never had a plant-based protein, there is a little bit of a difference in the texture.
Yeah.
When you drink a whey protein, it's pretty smooth, goes down. You may mix it with water or milk, and it's just got a milky texture. But when you're taking in a plant-based protein, it does have a little bit of grittiness. I myself, I don't mind that. It actually, it's nice because it's something different. But some people may get thrown off by that. So just as a warning, with the raw protein, with the Raw Fit, it does have a little bit of grittiness, but it's definitely not something that should interfere with you drinking it at all.
Yeah, it's not as gritty as, like, for me, hemp protein.
Oh,
which I'm not throwing rocks at hemp protein. It has some good things going for it, but it is more like sand. Whereas whey proteins are really smooth and creamy. This one's sort of kind of in the middle, and I would recommend it with milk.
Yeah.
Like if you do it with water, you do get a lot more of that kind of texture. Remember, this isn't raw. We don't use any texturizing or enzyme treatments. This is really, it's sort of like we always say, it's like eating raw broccoli versus eating cooked broccoli. It's called raw protein. You get the point.
Yeah, and the protein sources are sprouted. So there's a lot of people who have issues with, I know for instance people who take pea protein and they have a lot of digestive issues with that. So this is allowed to sprout and you have all those added enzymes and probiotics, so there shouldn't be any issues with that at all.
We hear that a lot, that people find this to be one of the most digestible proteins. I actually met a guy in Texas a month ago who's a swimmer, a collegiate swimmer, who says it's the only protein he can swim with it in his gut during the meet, and it doesn't give him that kind of lead brick feeling. So yeah, having probiotics and enzymes in the formula and being fully sprouted, breaking down all those enzyme inhibitors that prevent us from digesting it, that's what this is all about. So it's really high biological value, high in branched chain amino acids, and this raw fit that we're launching is really, really rich in clinically studied ingredients that have been shown to help with weight loss and blood sugar management.
Yeah, so it could be a meal replacement shake, something you drink in between meals, something you take in place of meals. Definitely not something they're recommending you do 3 meals a day of and that be the only thing you're eating. I know a lot of people want to look into things like that. I know we covered some other products that have those claims. If you follow a good diet and exercise program, taking this may aid in weight loss, increasing your overall burning of calories. Plus you're getting in a healthy meal. So I think that's important, and there's some clinically studied ingredients inside of it for weight loss. So, as far as who can take it, men or women, doesn't matter. It's not gender specific. I know a lot of times we see with the bodybuilding community, they think, whoa, I don't want a vegetarian or a plant-based protein, I want a whey protein. This offers you another protein source that, maybe if you can't handle whey or milk, proteins, this is another source of protein for you. The nice thing is they do have a lot of branched amino acids in it, and I know it's going to have like the amino acid profile on the bottle, which is definitely going to help because you'll be able to see the breakdown of the amino acids in the products. So I think that just about covers it. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments section. You can also find us at facebook.com/bestpricenutrition. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.